Hello YouTube, I'm back. This is James McLean, formerly known as Dr. Nuclear of Whalebone IR and Software. But we've moved on from those days, and now I'm going to speak to you basically in my normal voice, and I'm going to use a screen recorder called Screen Recorder. And I hope you can see my mouse moving around. I made it nice and large for you. And let's kind of jump right into this. I want to allow you folks to follow along with my journey in creating a project called Family Game Nights Forever. In this, we were going to be creating just a lot of classic board games, but they'll be multi-user, and so you'll be able to play them across the internet with people who aren't necessarily in your own country or your own city. The folks at Dfinity are behind something called the Internet Computer, which is a very ambitious project. They want to rip the guts out of the existing internet and make it more secure and more permanent and easier to use. But if you're going to make something easier to use for the end user, that usually means you're going to make things harder for the developers and the engineers, people like myself and maybe yourself. So let's see what we can do. I've already found that Dfinity is much more friendly with Macintosh and Linux style commands. Their documentation basically gives all their commands in Linux and or Macintosh terminal, which basically is Linux. So we're going to try to install Ubuntu Linux here on my Windows 10 laptop PC. Actually, I've already been successful, and I tried to record that for you, but there was no audio that came through on that recording. So I'm just going to go and redo at least parts of it. Parts of it I won't be able to redo because the software is already installed. What you can do is you can go to Microsoft Store here, and you can search for one of the most popular distributions of Linux called Ubuntu. Ubuntu. That's U-B-U-N-T-U. Version 20.04 LTS is the one I've chosen. LTS is short for long-term support. So because things change a lot and development is happening all the time, sometimes you make a program and you're relying on it, but then it changes on you. But if you use a long-term support edition, then that organization is promising that they'll continue to support that version of the software for at least a good long time. So what this does, it allows you to run Ubuntu in what's called a virtual machine or a virtual box. And when you do that, you get to have both benefits of Windows and Linux. Just checking my time over here. Now, I have already installed, and I had some errors. I won't go through all of them with you, but this is the error code I got. I overcame that simply by rebooting my PC. So for those of you who don't know, to reboot a PC is basically just to turn the power off and then turn it back on again and let it go through its startup cycle again, thus pulling itself up by its own bootstraps, which is where the term came from. It's rebooting, or to boot your PC. So I have installed it, and now I'm going to be able to use it from over here. Scrolling down. Unfortunately, in alphabetical order, it's at the U's. So Ubuntu, and it's right here. What you see here is Linux terminal, and it's showing me my username and the current folder that I'm in, and this little $ is waiting for you to type something in, like a Linux command, for example ls, which lists all the files in the current directory. And there are no files in the current directory, so it responds with basically nothing. We can change directory. CD is short for change directory. We use a space, and the dot dot should bring us up one level in the directory structure. So here we are. You can see the prompt has changed, so I'm in the home directory. So things are going well. That's all I wanted to show you right now. We'll have more videos coming out soon, so stay tuned.